Good evening, YouTube. I want to talk about a few of my pistols here on the old kitchen countertop. Ye old kitchen countertop. I have my, this is such a long name, Sig 1911 Emperor Scorpion Commander 4.2-inch barrel. It's the Emperor Scorpion Fastback Compact. Really nice gun. G10 grips, the Hogue G10s with the Hogue G10 mainspring housing. Very lightweight. Love that 1911. It's chambered in 45. My P226 fuse with the AXG frame. My Mark 25/226. I did change the grips on those. I wanted the FDE grips, but they don't have them no more, whatever. But I did find some ODs, which I like it. It makes the gun a little bit more myself. And also a recent purchase I just picked up. A Sig M11A1, which they're calling it on the grips, the 228. But in reality, everybody knows it's the 229 frame. I'm not even going to get into the debate. Oh, it's not an original. I've had original 226, West German 226, a West German 228. You're going with the original being stamp slide instead of forged stainless steel, milled stainless steel slide. Yeah. So I'm not going to get into the history. There's tons of videos out there about the history on this gun. I'm going to briefly touch on all the other guns that I bought. These guns are my guns. I don't get paid. I don't get these guns sent to me. They're mine. What I've done to them comes out of my pocket. When I buy them, it comes out of my pocket. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a gun tuber that's going to, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can't believe I didn't. And I'm not going to lie. I fell down the 2011 rabbit hole where I bought a Springfield Prodigy 4.25-inch, and I was really disappointed. I tried to get that gun to be a carry gun, more of a duty gun, but it just kept taking more money, more shooting. And when you have a gun like that, where the magazines are made to chamber 45 rounds, but they're redesigned for 9mm, you get maracas. So you got to buy from these other gun company or gunsmithing, let's say that, gun part suppliers, metal sleeves to go in the back of these magazines to keep them from doing that, to give you a reliable feed it. Then it's like after a while you've dumped so much money into these, getting them all the MIM parts replaced, or this part or that part, because the gun's not working right. It's ridiculous. So I ended up selling my Prodigy. I bought a Kimber 1911 lightweight 45, garbage. Kimbers are not worth shit anymore. What else have I sold since the last time I've done a video? My Springfield operator, I lost that in a buyback thing. I lost my HK USP9 in a buyback thing, which is really disappointing, but it is what it is, right? All these gun stores are ripping everybody off on your trade-ins. It's better to do the private sale, a legal private sale, than it is to take it to these gun stores where they're going to just totally bend you over the counter and ass rape you. You pay $1,500 for a gun and they're only going to give you $5. Or, you pay $1,000 for a gun and they only give you $400 or $350. So let's get into it. Now, these are my keepers. I did decide that out of all the 3 1911s that I had, my Scorpion, Emperor Scorpion Commander was the one I was going to keep. I really like it. I have no complaints about it. The only thing I did do was change the sights on it to these because they were the more carry sights. So I did do that. I did videos on my P226, which I have changed my P226. I put the AXG frame on it, and wow, did it make a difference in this gun. Made it feel more like a full-size gun, which it is when you do the comparison. If you go back and watch the video I did on this gun compared to the barrel length, frame length, slide length to my 226, it's a full-size gun, but it's 1 inch wide. Oh, and it's also the Romeo X compact optic. All these guns are unloaded, by the way. So we'll set that gun down off to the side. And this is the Scorpion. And they don't even make this gun no more. I actually stumbled upon this gun. And perfect example, I wanted to get another gun. I thought, well, let me see how much I can get from the gun store for this. This gun's a $1,300 gun, $1,400 gun, depending on where you look and find it. They only wanted to give me $500. So it's like, nah, I'm going to keep it. But the two I do want to talk about are these two. The Mark 25 and the M11A1. I'm not going to call it a 228. I'm not going to call it a 229. I'm calling it the M11A1 because that's what it is. The original M11 was a 228. It's like if you've been in the military, you know how you get the M16, M16A1, the M16A2, and the M16A3. And if I'm not mistaken, they got a 4 out for the military. Plus Sig did their whole new rifle thing. I don't even know how that's going. I haven't been keeping up with it. But this gun is built, that's the word I'm going to use, like the Mark 25. Now, the Mark 25, I did change some things on it. When you buy it, you get the standard Sig trigger, the standard Sig reset, and the Sig Light night sights, which is on this. So I put the X-Ray 3 day-night sights, put an SRT kit in it, and the short trigger. Love this gun. They're very accurate, great guns. I shot this one also. So everything in this gun is phosphate coated because it's based on the SEALs, the Special Operations pistol. So it's phos because they actually had to have permission to sell this gun to the public from the Special Operations group. So everything's phosphate coated. The barrel's chrome lined. The night sights and blah, blah, blah. So with the M11A1, which is the modern version of the M11, it also Sig light night sights. Everything's phosphate coated on the inside, except this comes with the SRT kit in it and the short reach trigger. So what do you get when you buy them? 3 magazines. This comes with 315 round. This comes with 315 round. And I know I'm going to hear, oh, my Glock, my Glock, my Glock. Sure, I have striker fire. I have the Springfield Echelon 4.0. I have, which I'll do a video on that, and my Glock 19 Gen 5, which I'll do a video comparing the 4.0 Echelon to the Gen 5 19. But this is what I'm here to talk about. So, as you can see, it is unloaded, no mag. It's a double action, single action with decocker. Same with the Mark 25. I'll set that off to the side. I was going to do the hex head grips on screws, you know, to kind of make it my personal little haven, and I decided against it. I'm just going to keep that gun the way it is because I do carry that gun. I have I'm looking for an inside the waistband holster for it, but I carry it in the Galco covert holster. So, yeah. So the trigger pull on this, you get your heavy trigger pull for your double action. And then on your single action, right there. And there's the wall. So I did a video a while back comparing my original 228 to the Glock 19. And I was on the Glock kick. Yeah, and I got rid of that gun. And I regret it every single day. So it does have front checkering. Has front checkering on the trigger guard. External safety, or external extractor, I'm sorry. And there's the sights. Now, this one's a newer model. Now, some of the ones that I have been seeing, they're coming with the Sig engraving on the top, the Sig logo up here. Mine didn't come with it. I'm not heartbroken over it, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm kind of gravitating back to the hammerfire guns, and not because of I don't like striker, because I have my fuse with the AXG frame. If you get a chance and you can get one of these frames and you have a fuse or the X macro, or the X Macro Comp, trust me, this gun, yeah. And I did put the X-ray, I did get rid of the fiber optic sights. I put the X-ray 3 day-night sights on it. But I really like this gun. And it's still light to carry. So the purpose of this video was to just kind of briefly touch on the M11A1. And if you can get a chance and you can pick one up or just shoot one, they're amazing. They're smooth shooting, flat shooting pistols, especially with the SRT kit. It's very fast. I've been talking to a lot of people lately about this whole 2011 phenomenon that's been going on. And if you go back and look at for what you're spending on these 2011s, you can actually go and pick up CZs, which are a single action. Your Browning high powers, which are single action guns. And they're all double stack 9mm. They're the original double stack 9mm for, single action. Your newer Berettas, some of those are single action. You got Sigs out now that are single action. For the amount of money that you're spending, you can get the Sig P226 X5, which is a great gun. I just don't have that kind of coinage to drop on that pistol just to have sitting in a safe, and I don't shoot competition. So yeah, it doesn't serve me any purpose. But when you're looking at these 2011s that are single actions and 9mm, you got to balance your price to the price to what you want to spend and what you're looking for when there's other options out there. That's all I'm saying. So these are my duty guns, and that's basically what I am bringing everything into. It's no more safe queens. It's no more, well, I like this gun, but I don't really want to carry it, and da-da-da-da-da. No, these guns are getting carried. They're just worth the money, in my opinion, if you're looking for a duty gun. I mean, like I said, I do own a Glock Gen 5. And here is that. So I do own a Glock. Now this one, I did have the radium barrel in it with the micro comp on it. I took it off. There was, just make it simple. I did buy, when I bought this gun, I bought the non-MOS version. So I ended up having immediate regret of that, but in a way I didn't. This is a Swanson slide. It's the closest I could get to an OEM slide. The slide serrations are a little bit farther. They're a little bit deeper. It has OEM Glock parts internal. The optic is direct mount, cut for an RMR, this is the dual luminant RMR in green. Ameriglow, suppressor height sights, blacked out rear, HD front, orange tritium insert, TRL 1S. So, Alpha Wolf barrel. So, it's not necessarily a Gucci Glock. Oh, I did put the Glock performance trigger in it, which if you can get one of those, get it. If you're going to keep your gun stock, they are worth it. Gets rid of that sponge. So there's my Glock. And that gun is loaded, by the way. So we're going to keep it over there. That's the last I'm going to talk about that one. So, yeah, you could compare this to other carry guns like the Glock, the 365 line, the Echelon 4.0. But you're talking striker fire guns. Whereas this is hammer fire. You know, in certain cases, it's unless I'm gonna be out all night with my wife and we're out doing stuff and doing other shit, I'll carry the Mark 25 with the light. But for the most part, I don't need a light on my pistols if I'm out and about during the day. It's just a duty weapon, and that's what I'm looking for, duty weapons. Is it going to work without manipulating all the parts? You know, you got these guys with the Gucci Glocks and the Gucci Sigs and with lightning cuts, and it's like, get that out in a real world scenario. As coming from a former 11 Bravo, knowing what, you know, I have 2 deployments. 2009, 2010, I was in Iraq. 2011, 2012, I was in Afghanistan. And just with all the elements, when you have lightning cuts, it doesn't matter if you're, I'm talking rain, sleet, snow, dust. We do get high winds here in Michigan. We do have windy days, but all that dust, the body length, body goo gets into these, and they will jam your gun up. And then guys don't want to know why their $2,500 Gucci Glock ain't working. Well, it's because you changed everything in it. It's no longer a Glock. So, yeah, with these, they're phosphate coated. I know the Glocks work, so I'm not even going to get into that. These are saltwater tested, rigorous testing. They're not HK testing because HK over engineers all their shit. But reliability is there. So why did I pick this up? Because I do like the 228s, the 229s. I had a 228 I regretted getting rid of. I had a 229, which was a 229R at that time, because they still had the 228. They had the 229 and then the 229R, which meant rail. The 229s were developed to handle the 357 SIG pressures. So they beefed up the frame, they beefed up the slide a little bit. Then the 40, then the 9mm came along after. And then after that, they just kind of did away with the 228. So this gun has served a lot of military use and law enforcement use, Secret Service, Air Force, Coast Guard, all your military law enforcement agencies, NCIS, CID. I don't know what the Marines have, but your MPs and SPs, you know, they carried the Beretta. But, you know, your pilots, they carried this gun. So it's been around the block, and it's one of those guns I truly regretted getting rid of because I jumped on the whole Glock bandwagon. Oh, it's lighter. It holds 15 rounds. I could put 17 rounds in it. Da 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 da. Well, on your M11A1 and your Mark 25, your Mechar 18 round mags fit in this gun. You know, well, I can get 33 round mags for that. You're whatever. You do you. You know. Same with this. It has a 17 round mag and two 21 round mags. I mean, come on. But for overall duty, element, I would totally trust these guns with my life. And this one I just bought, I have like 100 rounds through it. This one I've had for a while, maybe 500-600 rounds through it, because I was too busy putting thousands of rounds through other guns that, oh, you know, got to run this gun, you got to run this gun, you got to run this gun, i.e. Prodigy, where you have to make sure everything's going to work. Every time you change parts in it, you take it to the range, you run a few hundred rounds through it. You know, you add this to it, you got to run a few hundred rounds through it. So I kind of neglected my 226 and my fuse. Am I a Sig fanboy? Not necessarily. No, I have my 4 Sigs, I have my Glock, and I have the Echelon, which I'm going to run that Echelon 4.0 through its paces. So when I look at a pistol, is it a good duty pistol? That's how I judge everything. And yes, I have bought, traded, sold, not traded, but sold, because the gun just wasn't to me, a trustworthy duty gun to get beat up around, you know, in and out of my truck, or just here, there. And so, yeah. But I just wanted to talk real quick and brief about my 2 Sig pistols. And if you're in the market for a good double action only carry gun, I'd pick up a Sig. You know, I mean, a lot of your even some of your striker fire guns now are going metal. You know, look at Sig, look at M&P, a couple other companies I can't think right now. But if you have a good duty holster to carry your gun in, it's the weight won't be a issue. You know, and I would totally trust one of these to carry appendix. I wouldn't have to worry about shooting myself in the junk or in the thigh. And I'm going to talk real quick about the P320 crap. Now, people are saying, what's the difference between the P320 and the 365? I wouldn't carry a 365. Look at the P320s. Do your research. That right there is the difference. It has a traditional firing pin block right there. If you look at the 320, it has it's a total different striker fire assembly than your P226. But with that being said, I know people that carry them. They've had the first ones, never had an issue. But yeah. So with this AXG frame, oh man, that grip feels just like I'm holding one of these two. With that mag well on there. So yeah. So this gun carries 17 rounds. But it's time to put them back up. And this is amazing. Ambi slide release, memory bump, beaver tail grip safety, Hogue G10 grips with the Sig emblem, extended slide release, extended mag release, and of course your trigger pull, reset.